Welcome this day to In Search for Wellness. Today we are going to make a meat sauce. We are going to make a beef sauce which is enriched with pumpkin products. Here we have 300 grams of beef. Here we have got 9 pieces of okra. These are 9 pieces of okra. Here we have got a stick of celery. That's a stick of celery. There we have got pureed 3 medium-sized tomatoes. Here we have got 2 sticks of lemongrass that I've already soaked in hot water. And here I've got pumpkin extract. I've got pumpkin seed extract. Pumpkin seed is one of the products of pumpkin that is rich in minerals, vitamins, and very, very good oils. Particularly, it's rich in zinc. And here is also another product of pumpkin. This is the soft of the pumpkin. The soft of the pumpkin that houses the seeds is very, very, very rich in beta carotene. Very, very rich in beta carotene. You can see the brilliance of the orange. That is the richness of beta carotene. And beta carotene is actually a precursor, or you can call it vitamin A. Vitamin A, which is very, very, very critical in boosting our immunity, especially in this season of COVID-19. I have realized that pumpkin products are very, very, very essential. Here we have got a bowl of shredded onion. That is a medium-sized onion, which I'm going to add later to our sauce. Here we have about a suspension of 3.5 teaspoonful of cornstarch. This is the only refined thing that we are going to use in this preparation. So this preparation helps us to use natural products, wholesome food products that we have in the house, or which are available in the market, to create a sauce that is very rich and is very very wellness friendly. Here we have got 5 cloves, in fact 6 cloves of garlic, grated finely. And here we have got the yellow one. The yellow portion is a teaspoon of curry powder. The other one, this brown one is dana jeera. That is dana jeera, which has got cumin plus coriander seeds. And the gray is just have a quarter teaspoonful of black pepper. Here the brown one is a teaspoon. Is a teaspoon of ground cinnamon with half a teaspoonful of salt. So those are the spices. Those are the spices and the herbs. The okra and the celery and lemongrass and garlic and onions are the herbs that we are going to use to enrich our sauce. And we are also going to enrich it further with a mixture of some mild spices. Cinnamon is a very mild spice, which is very good, can be taken by the children. Curry powder, used mildly, is also mild, but it may have some chilies and fenugreek. And cumin got a strong flavor, though not harsh, but it is usually, we know it is very good with pilau. But black pepper may be a bit curry for the children, but one can work out without all this, without black pepper. So in all, what we are going to do is to create a meat sauce. This sauce is being made by wholesome food products that are readily available in the market, which contribute greatly to our respiratory health. The herbs like celery, like lemongrass, like garlic, like the spices, the dry spices like onion, All these herbs and spices are very, very good for our respiratory health. And then we have got the beta carotene, which is a precursor of vitamin A, which is very, very important, in our immunity. And the pumpkin seeds have got zinc. They have got rich minerals and vitamins, and we've got very, very rich oils. And these seeds are also very, very rich in proteins. So it means that instead of throwing our seeds, pumpkin seeds, and also throwing away the soft of our pumpkin, it is possible that we can use it in a way every day or regularly to facilitate us to enrich our meals and our recipes with foods which can help us in our immunity. My sufuria is already on, and the fire is on, and I'm going to start with my 300 grams of beef. I just want first of all to cook the beef in its own water. We are first of all going to cook our beef in its own water, and to it we are going to add the cinnamon. We are going to add the cinnamon and the salt. So that the beef may cook in the cinnamon. The beef you cook in the cinnamon, the salt you allow it to develop its water, and the cinnamon you get into the beef. You marinate the beef right inside as we continue heating. So as we have said, you have seen that I've added to my beef, I've added cinnamon and salt. The salt will facilitate the beef remove its water, and the cinnamon is going to strongly flavor. The cinnamon is going to strongly flavor our beef. It's going to strongly flavor the beef as it cooks. So we are going to cover it. We are going to cover it and to leave it to cook in its own water. We'll leave it to cook in its own water, so that the oil, we'll add the oil later, and the other herbs and the spices, we'll add them later when the beef is ready. You can see that the meat is cooking very well, and is producing its own water. You can see we have not added any water there, because the meat is usually carries a lot of water in it. You can see the whole of the cover is full of steam, and we are going to review it to see how it is doing. You can see how our beef is doing. We are going to add a little water to facilitate its cooking process. Our beef is not cooked yet, but it is always important to cook our beef at high heat and also allow it to have some little water to facilitate its cooking. We are going to add a little water like that one and allow it to continue cooking. You can see it is cooking in cinnamon, and the cinnamon is really going to enter to really get into the texture of the meat and to really flavor the meat, so that even after you have added other products, you have added other fluids to make the sauce, the meat, the flavor of the cinnamon, you will still detect it within the beef. you still give it more time. You know that beef takes a little bit longer to cook, and it is important for our beef to be properly cooked to kill most of the microbes which are found in animals. The beef is cooking well. It's cooking well. And we are just allow it to dry a little bit so that it can fix, so that the flavors can be fixed within the beef. And when we add our sauce, when we add other ingredients, especially the fruits, the beef still retains the flavors, of cinnamon, of salt, even after we have developed our sauce. Let's look at the beef, how it's doing. Now the moisture has dried up. All the moisture has dried up, and we are trying to fix the flavors. We try to fix the flavors in the beef by allowing it to heat on a dry pot for some time. I'll still give it some more time, about 2 minutes, 2 more minutes or 1 more minute to heat up. We want it to heat a little bit more so that we can fix the flavor. That's the idea of fixing the flavor in the beef, so that even after adding the fruits for the sauce, you'll still be able to get the flavor of our beef, of the flavor of cinnamon and the flavors in the beef. Let's look at our beef. You can see now already we have fixed the flavor on the beef. We have fixed the flavor of cinnamon in the beef. Now we are going to add celery. We have added the celery. Celery has got its own water. We are now going to add the okra. Okra and celery are very, very fibrous. Okra is quite fibrous. It has got a very tough skin. Celery has got a very fibrous stalk and very hard leaves. And so it is always good to cook celery area before you even add all the other ingredients. It's not celery is not as soft as dania. And many people like adding dania towards the edge of their cooking process. Let us cover it and simmer it so that the celery and the okra may have time to cook with the beef. Let's look at how celery and okra are doing. You can see already all that is water from okra and celery, because all the plant foods from our shamba, they always have water. This is a good time to add the okra, because the okra also, because of its mucilage is a stringy substance. When it is heated well, it changes in its structure. But if you add it If you add okra later, when you are adding the water, by the time you are boiling, you still detect the mucilage when you are eating your dish. I had put some water so that it can facilitate the softening process. At this point also we can add the tomato puree. At this point you add the tomato puree. You know that tomatoes are very good. They are also very helpful in boosting our body resistance to diseases. It's very good in facilitating and improving body's resistance to cancer, especially cancer of the prostate, because the red pigmentation of the tomato is called lycopene, and it has found to be very helpful. But you know, this lycopene develops better on heating, so the lycopene is best accessible to the cells after cooking. Let us review how our sauce is doing. Already you can see that our sauce is cooking well. Our beef with okra and celery and lemongrass and tomato sauce is doing very, very, very well. And lemongrass is tough. It's just like it's very fibrous and quite tough. And when the food is ready, when the meal is ready, it's possible that one can remove the pieces of lemongrass. It is good to cut them when they are big sizes. To cut them as big sizes, which one can later remove when the sauce is ready. So at this point, we are going to add the garlic. We will add the garlic. That is garlic. Our 6 cloves of grated garlic. We will also add the spices, the dry spices at this point. The flavors are coming very, very well. Very, very, very pleasant flavors of that combinations of our herbs and spices together. You just give it 2 minutes and then we can add our fruits. You can add our fruits to the process of developing this sauce. Our sauce has started sticking. At this point, I'm going to add the oil. You notice that we did not fry this food with oil. This sauce, we did not fry our meat with oil. We just started cooking our meat with cinnamon and salt, and it still has come out very, very flavorful, but obviously dry. And again, that was beef, lean beef. It was lean beef where I removed excessive fats. Now I'm going to add oil. I've got two spoonfuls of canola oil mixed together with 1 spoonful of olive oil. Canola oil is very good with omega-3 fatty acids and is also good with omega-6s. Olive oil is also very good in omega-9 fatty acids. And so oil in itself is a nutrient. It provides the nutrients of fatty acids. It provides the nutrients of fatty acids. So I'll add it at this particular point. The purpose of adding that oil is not to fry the beef, but to add the fatty acid nutrients, the oil nutrients which are required by the body. The body also requires good oils, omega-6s, omega-3s, omega-9s, monounsaturated fatty acids. Those are very good. They are good and they are required by the body cells as nutrients to facilitate the work of the body cells. At this point, we are going to add our fluids. We are going to add the pumpkin, the beta carotene rich pumpkin extract. Just going to add a portion of it at this point. Yeah, let's add some more. I think it is not much. That is about 3/4 of a liter. And to it again, we are going to enrich it with. We are going to enrich it with a portion of the pumpkin seed extract. We are going to add. No, we are not going to add all of it. We are going to add a portion of it. And we are going to leave our sauce to come to the boil. We are going to leave it to come to the boil at this point. You have noticed that we have not added the onions. I have not added the onions. Onions are very, very, very good curative foods. Especially they are very good for the chest and for the respiratory system. When we heat the onion in hot oil, especially to the point of browning, we destroy all the nutrients, all the good nutrients in the onion. And so because onion is almost medicinal, especially it's very, very good for the respiratory system. It's good for the respiratory system. And so we are going to allow our sauce to come to the boil. And as when it comes to the boil, I'll add the onions, allow it to cook a bit. Our sauce is boiling, has started boiling. Our sauce has started boiling. And at this point, I'm going to add my onion. I'm going to add my onion because I also want the onion to be part of the substance or part of the content in my sauce. I don't want my onion to cook completely, to be smoothened. I want it to be part of the sauce. Just want it to be part of the sauce. And at this point, again, we are also going to add our cornstarch. We are going to add our cornstarch because the cornstarch is cornstarch is a refined starch. But we know that we can also use other starches to develop the colloid, like rice starches. Even banana starches, we could use banana starches to develop a colloid. And the purpose of developing a colloid is to improve on the texture, improve on the texture of the sauce, so that all the ingredients will remain suspended in the sauce. Will remain suspended in the sauce. So this is a suspension of 3.5 teaspoonfuls of cornstarch. And as it boils, the starches are going to develop into a heavy colloid. They are going to develop into a heavy colloid, and it's going to help us develop the sauce, the beef sauce. And we are going to have a beef sauce with the onion still intact. You have seen we have not destroyed the nutritive content of the onions by heating in a lot of oil, and so it means that this sauce could be used to eat anything: rotis, chapatis, rice, ugari, potato mash, anything. It is very, very, very nutrient rich. It is a very nutrient rich sauce, and you have seen we have used simple ingredients that are easily available in the market, and you can see from that we are able to make a sauce, a food item, or a food recipe, or a food dish that is, if it is consumed regularly, when you consume it regularly, consume this kind of sauce on daily basis, or 4 times a week, 3 times a week, with other ingredients, accompaniments, means that we greatly improve the immunity. We are going to greatly improve the immunity. And we have seen COVID-19 has taught us that immunity is the immune system is the greatest system, is the most powerful system in fighting diseases. But at times our immunity is weakened because we have not given it the right ingredients, the right nutrients. We have not given the immune system the right ingredients with time, or we have eaten excessive of the wrong foods. We have eaten for a long time excess of the wrong foods. And so we have not provided all the requirements that our immune system requires to develop, to become strong, and to be able to fight viruses even like COVID-19. The broad range of minerals and vitamins and phytochemicals and fatty acids are very, very, very critical in equipping the body, in equipping the immune system, fight viruses and bacteria, and also fight carcinogens. The immune system is also able to destroy malfunctioning cells, the cells that are becoming tumorous and I'm trying to divide their DNA in the wrong way. They are also destroyed by the autoimmune system. So the immune system is very, very, very powerful system within our bodies. And that is why nutrients that we give to our bodies are very, very, very critical and very, very, very important. You can see our sauce is really boiling very, very, very vigorously, very, very vigorously. Let us see how its texture is, whether it is thick enough for the sauce. I'm going to add a little bit more of cornstarch. I've just added 1 more teaspoon of cornstarch to make it thicker, so that it is easily usable as a sauce, not as soup. And that means I've used 4 teaspoonfuls of cornstarch to develop and thicken the texture of the sauce. This sauce is ready. I'll just give it some time for that cornstarch to heat a bit, about 5 minutes, because the pumpkin extracts were already cooked. They were already cooked, and cornstarch just requires only a few minutes to develop the colloid. The important thing about heating the cornstarch is for it to develop the colloid. That is our sauce. That is our sauce. Our sauce is ready. That is our beef sauce, enriched with pumpkin products. The soft of the pumpkin that we always throw away, the house that always carries the seeds, and also the seeds which are carried in that house. We have enriched this sauce with those powerful pumpkin ingredients. They carry the seeds, and the soft of the pumpkin carry most of the most critical and very useful nutrients. And you can see I've given us I've prepared a video for on how to preserve the soft of the pumpkin so that you do not throw it away, and you may use it next time you buy your pumpkin. I've shown you how to preserve your pumpkin so that your pumpkin does not go bad, and also how to preserve the soft of the pumpkin. I've shown you how to use your pumpkin seeds, how to wash them, how to roast them, and you can also boil them in water and then whip them with a breader to get the pumpkin seed milk. You get the pumpkin seed milk, which you can use in various ways. This sauce is now ready. I'm switching off the burners so that now we can check on how it has come out. We'll check and see now how our sauce has come together. The sauce is ready. The burners are off and the boiling has stopped. This is a sauce that can be used with anything. It would be very good with spaghetti, with noodles, with chapati, with ugari, with loaves of slices of bread, slices of brown bread, with roti, with other companies of vegetables. This is a complete and very, very wellness friendly sauce. We are going to test. We are going to taste. We are going to taste our recipe so that we may see how it has come out. The flavors have come out very, very, very well. Very, very, very nicely. The flavors have come out very, very, very nicely. Wow, wow, wow. That's so lovely. The flavors, because of the tomatoes, balances the sweetness. The flavors and the herbs and the spices are just right. The salt is just right. It is good and mild for every person and full of nutrients that we need to enrich and empower our immune system to protect us from these diseases of this age. Please try out this recipe and let me know how yours has come out. You can add more content to it so that it has more content without adding starchy content. Don't add any more starchy content. You can add veggies like zucchini or French beans. You can fry in the French beans down there with the meat, and it will make your sauce full of content. Thank you very, very, very much. I ask you, please subscribe in my channel, and please send your comments on how your recipe, how you've tried out, and how it has come out. Thank you, and may God greatly bless you And may God empower you greatly to empower on wisdom, on how to empower your immune system. You have seen in this era of the COVID-19 how personal protection, how important is personal protection. It is not all the time. You cannot wait for the government's idea. It is us to use the knowledge that is available and the resources that we have, and use the resources that are available for us and use them to empower our immune system. Thank you so much, and may God greatly bless you.